Hello, I'm Ricards. I'm 55 years of age and I work for myself as a Bowen therapist. This is my third year in business. Bowen therapy is a remedial therapy. It helps to remove painful conditions. What's a little unusual about me is that I work not only with people, but I work with horses and dogs. And horses, that's why we're standing in this stable yard here. I came to be a Bowen practitioner and work for myself through having an interest in horses all of my life, and dogs and people. In the past I used to be, I trained as a masseuse, so that's where the interest in bodywork came from. So I worked in hospitality, I worked in the motor trade, I worked with my then partner in setting up a business. When that relationship ended, I realised that I actually wanted to continue working for myself. I'd also had an accident where I'd injured myself, and I found that Bowen therapy was the one thing that really seemed to help me. So I set out to learn that. I then went on to study the technique with dogs, so dogs that have painful acute or chronic conditions that Bowen seemed to work very well with. 3 years ago, I had realised that I wanted to make this into my full-time occupation, and I wanted to be self-employed. I approached the job centre to see if they would be able to help me set up in business. That was difficult because they wouldn't help me. There was nothing that they said that they could assist me with, so it was all self-funded. All my training was self-funded. Eventually the job centre did help me. They appointed me a mentor who was a great help. He sent me on various courses, and I took every free course that was available, whether it was computing, advertising, accounting. I just took everything available, and that was helped in essence by the mentor. As far as networking goes, one of the great helps when I very first started was a government organisation called Prime, which is the older part of Prince Charles's charitable trust. They were a great help. I joined a couple of ladies' networking groups. We were all ladies of a certain age who were just setting up in business. We use each other's services. That networking has been a great help to me. Setting up the business and situations not going as I'd planned, I think I was naive because I thought everything would just fall into place. The website took a lot longer than I'd planned for it to be live, and I didn't realise half of the time what I needed. I thought I just needed a brochure and a business card, but actually there was a lot more to setting up and running a business that's going to be continuous, because this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. The most difficult thing I have experienced is actually asking for money for my services. I do find that difficult. Well, I did to start with. I'm getting better at it now. Practice makes perfect. Seeing people respond to the therapy, people and dogs and horses, and actually being able to make a difference and being able to help them progress. I would say initially do what you know to start with, but be prepared to take different routes, because as soon as you start something, various doors open, and you tend to end up sometimes being taken down a path that you hadn't really expected to be taken down. I think it's really important to have a goal, know where you're going, and just be prepared to be a bit flexible as to how you get there. Continue to learn more. I attend continuous professional development in my field. I also am learning new techniques and keeping abreast of what's happening in the health world of people and dogs and horses. So to be more experienced, to build on what I've started and to be as happy as I am now. You could miss so much if you were just on tracks, for example, going in one direction. You could miss so much by not keeping an open mind.